So here we are back again with some more interesting facts with Meenakshi. Yeah, ma'am. So what do you mean by empowerment?
When we talk about empowerment, we are using our internal power to execute something. So when we say we are empowered with a certain power, that means we are saying we have that certain power within us. So as human beings, we have immense power within ourselves, but we don't tap into that energy. If you have seen, there's something called sacred geometry. We talk about sacred geometry when it comes to the mandalas or the yantras. What is a yantra? When we talk about any yantra, what do you think about a yantra? So when there are tantric rituals that go on, you would have heard many people say that I have bought a yantra in the house. I have got a Ganesh yantra, or I have got a Devi yantra, or I have got a Kali yantra. What do we mean by yantra? Yantra is basically a tool through which we are connecting. So nowadays we are in the digital world. When we talk about a tool means what? Your camera is the tool to connect to your audience. Similarly, your laptop is a tool to go across people. Your phone is a tool to talk to somebody else. That is the yantra. So a yantra of a particular deity is the connection what you have with your deity. That is the medium of the connection. And the yantra is a reflection of your own body. If we talk about a yantra of Kali, for example, we are talking about yantra of Kali. We are unable to do our own worship within ourselves. That is why we are doing worshipping the yantra. The yantra is a reflection of your energy points on a plate. So, whenever you see a yantra, if it is a Devi yantra, you will see a triangle pointing downwards. And whenever we are worshipping a yantra, the triangle is pointing towards us. And that is the absolute reflection of yourself on that plate. So, we are worshipping that aspect of a deity inside you. So, that yantra is your PowerPoint. So, what happens is we have that mat, we have that yantra, and there are like so many energy points of our body. So, in the design of that yantra, we can activate our power points inside us along with that yantra. So, I can do an empowerment of Kali inside you, where I am going to activate those points which are there in that Kali yantra, or I can do an empowerment of Ganesha within you, where that energy point I am going to activate within your body. Now what happens is, if I am activating say Ganesha inside you, what is Ganesha for? In our if you see our culture, what does Ganesha hold the importance for? He is supposedly the door opener. Every worship starts with Ganesha. That means we open the door with him. We seek his permission to open the door. And when we open the door, metaphorically, what it means? You're opening yourself to opportunities. So there are many opportunities which can come our way if we have those blockages. When we empower ourselves with the Ganesha energy, we are opening those blockages and we are moving ahead. So as you get an empowerment of Ganesha within you, in today's world, it is very difficult to get a guru. Generally, a guru is supposed to empower you with that activation. So, slowly, you will get into the methods of worshipping and actually, activating that Ganesha inside you, along with the power and the blessing of the guru. So, in today's world, it's very difficult to get a guru. So, this empowerment process actually activates those energy points inside you, and as you keep chanting Ganesha mantra or any prayer that you do, mostly there are bijakshars and beach mantras which are there related to all tantric worships. So what do you mean by beach?
Seed.
Seed. So without a seed you cannot have a plant. You have to plant the beach, you have to plant the seed first to get the plant. So when we are talking about a Bij Akshar or a Bij Mantra, that means we are actually planting that seed inside you, and you will nurture that. As you keep nurturing that through your mantras, you constantly keep doing that mantra. And Ganesh mantra almost takes around 50,000 chants to get activated, or you owning that mantra. As you keep doing the chant of Ganesha, Ganesha's energy gets, active inside you, and you get alive with his energy inside you. And he means wisdom. Ganesha always denotes wisdom and knowledge. So you become more insightful. You understand the meanings of the inner self. You start connecting to the inner energies. You start seeing between the lines. You start seeing what is beyond, and you start connecting to the world energies along with you. So an empowerment of a particular deity activates you with the power of that deity, and you become a reflection of that deity in your real world.
Sometimes I think getting guru is easy. Disciples are quite tough to find.
Yes, you're right. Because
it demands lots of sacrifice. I'm saying it.
absolutely, it requires a lot of sacrifice on a personal level. As we were discussing somewhere between the shoot, that we were discussing about Osho, I have grown up right from my childhood listening to him. So those days we used to get cassettes. So I used to buy his cassettes and listen to him, and he was one person who used to talk very different than normal spiritual or religious people. And what he used to say, he always used to talk about freedom. What I liked about Osho was he used to talk about freedom in a different way that normal mainstream spiritualists would never talk about. That is what I liked about him. So all these people who have been there as as a way of life, they have taught us that freedom is the most important thing that you need in your life. If you are not free to do what you want, then you are like in a box. So no matter how comfortable a box is, you are still in a box, and you have to, even if you get a bigger box, you are still inside a box. So the idea is not getting yourself a bigger box, but being free from that box completely. So have your ideas in a different way, do the things that you want to do, enjoy yourself, be happy in whatever you're doing. And I think ultimate success comes from the things that you're happy to do. Because if you're happy doing something else and you're having to do something else forcefully, it's better not to do it at all.
So ma'am, are these old energies connected to salvation?
They are all connected to liberation, I would say, because anything that you think about is to liberate your mind and get you to the next level. See, for example, if somebody has a problem in the office, most people, what do they think about? They will leave that job and join another job. But when you reached that office, when you went for the interview, did you know that there would be no problems there? You did not know about it. So why would you leave that job? If you leave that job at that time and join any other place because there was a problem there, I am 100% sure in the next job also you will have the same problem. Because you haven't learned from there. I tell people that if you are having a problem today, you ignore that problem and be there and stay there. Then you get something better and you move ahead, that's a different thing. But if you're leaving something because of a problem, that problem is not going to leave you. That problem is going to continue with you till the time you get over the problem. So it's very important that we empower ourselves to a different level and then see what we are looking for. Because running away from problems is not the solution. Whenever I have a situation in my life where I have to choose two things, I always choose the difficult one. I was telling you some time back that it is important that we fight our way through. Because if you have two things to look for, people generally have the habit to go in for the easy one because they don't want to struggle. And I think in today's world, please open up to the inner guru. Don't look for a guru on the internet or on Google or anywhere like that, that is because you will not find a guru on the internet. Because when the time is right, when nature teaches you the right way, you would definitely find the guru who would connect you to your next level.
Means enlightenment soul is all about.
Yes, it is a journey. It is the soul's journey, and we cannot stop the soul's journey from evolving, because it is all about evolution of human being, and it's all about evolution of the soul. Your soul has to learn and move on, and that is what freedom is all about. You cannot lock up a soul in a particular way in a box and expect that soul to do those things for you, because ultimately you're locked up.
When the birth of desire to seek God,
God doesn't plan for you. He has given you the free will. I am a believer of free will. God gives you the free will to do everything. Tell me something, right from your birth, is there anybody else God has come and told you what to do, or have you done it yourself? You have chosen things for yourself. Whether you want to have a laddu or whether you want to have a cucumber is your choice. But both will have a repercussion on your body. So what you choose and what you are going to choose in your future path also is your plan. And there is not a single person who can help you. Some people are there who knows what is going to happen, because we as human beings, we are very intelligent. We are the most intelligent creature on this earth. And we know if we choose this, this is going to happen. If we choose that, what is going to happen. But knowingly we choose the easy path because we don't want to struggle. As long as you don't want to struggle, still stay on a path which is easy for you, then your growth is not going to happen. If you want to be your best self, if you want to do something mind-blowing in this world, then you have to choose the difficult path. You have to choose the rough path.
have to come out from comfort zone.
You have to get out of your comfort zone and do things which are not planned.
So what are the benefits of having an empowerment?
The benefits of having an empowerment are many. To begin with, the energy, the negative energy that we talk about today. So the world is by far very negative in today's world. Most people emit a negative vibration by themselves, by their thoughts. So we have approximately 90,000 thoughts in a day, out of which 90% of the thoughts are negative. Maybe 95% of the thoughts are negative. Say for example, you're thinking something. The first thing you'll think about is, you will say that whether you will have something wrong or not. You will always think the most negative situation in that situation. So what happens? Automatically you are on a negative vibration, and when you get on a negative vibration, you are emitting that negative frequency, you are getting into that negative frequency.
Means we are inviting it.
You are inviting it, and in that frequency, whichever energies are there, obviously if you are a negative in the negative frequency, you have negative energies there, so you will be attracting those negative energies to yourself, and they will get attached to you. From one negative energy you can attract another negative energy, and you become like a bunch of grape. If you see a bunch of grape, how it is, and the negative energies come to you. If you have an empowerment, these negative energies do not come to you. You will train your mind automatically to keep negative energies outside. That is because you are doing the chanting also. You will be chanting that Beej mantra, as I said, and you are going to be empowering yourself within you. And there is a certain sound vibration which goes out, and you get into a kind of a light. The light which emits, have you seen those calendars of enlightened people? They have a moon behind their back. So it is like that. As you keep getting enlightened and as you get empowered, you will have that kind of a light. Generally, it's not a physical light. It is something that shows you are an enlightened being. When you become an enlightened being, these things do not come to you, these negative energies do not come to you. Also, you are in a judgment to get the right things to you. You understand when people are lying to you. You understand when things are wrong around, and you quickly get out of it. See, you're going to have problems on a day-to-day life normally, because as long as you're alive, you will have negative situations coming your way. But how fast are you going to get out of that? And how fast you are going to change track and get into the right track is empowerment. How empowered are you to catch the track which is right for you and get out of the negative situation? Today, even if we have a lot of negative situations around us, what is the speed of which we can change? How fast can we make a change in our life? That is the trick of an empowerment.
Means lack of empowerment. People are getting unexpected temperament.
Yes. They are inviting the wrong situation to them, they are inviting the wrong people to them, and people cannot stay alone anymore in today's world. They are scared of being alone. So, what are they doing when they are scared of being alone? They are getting into wrong companionship, they are getting into wrong relationships, and all their issues are to do with bad relationships, bad issues. So probably their expectation from the other person is different, their expectation of the situation is different, and they are looking for happiness from the wrong place. So since we are looking for happiness from the wrong place, why are we looking for that happiness? That is because we are unhappy inside.
That's directly proportional to bad life.
Absolutely. For example, if you get up in the morning, do your entire day's work and come back home, still think that there is something which is missing. There is something that is missing in your life. That is when you know that you need an empowerment, you need the right way of life, and that vacuum you feel inside, in spite of doing everything, in spite of being successful, in spite of having a lot of money, still you feel that vacuum. Maybe you have your family around, maybe you have your children around, maybe you have your parents around, but that vacuum you feel inside yourself. What is that vacuum? That vacuum is your connection to the spiritual world. That connection is missing. The moment you get that connection within yourself, you feel complete.